Hey guys, Gina here. So much shit just went down in Sword Art Online Season 2, Episode 9. Holy poop. So the episode starts off with Kirito's friends all in like a pub ready to watch and support Kirito in the BOB tournament. They're kind of confused though because they haven't seen him on the big screen, and since the BOB tournament is broadcast and Kirito is the crazy fighter that he is, they would expect to see him on screen, but he's not there. Why? Klein suggests that he's probably hiding because he is a strategist, but Asuna disagreed. I don't think she really knows Kirito as well as she thinks. The fact that Death Gun had the audacity to stomp on the disconnected sign, like, this guy is ruthless. And he freaking dodged Shinon's bullet. Shinon actually shot at him and he just simply moved his head. And he says, "Someday I will bring you the true death." And then he says, "It's showtime." Well, that was a really terrible impression, but apparently Poe, the leader of Laughing Coffin, that was his catchphrase, "It's showtime." So they put two and two together, and he has to be like a high-ranking player because how else would he know it's showtime? They say that Poe was a knife user, but in reality, he was not using a knife. His blade is like freaking huge. It's like something that you butcher meat with. So Shinon's kind of just unfazed by all of what's going on because in her mind it's still just a game. But then Kirito starts to go into being an SAO and how that affected him. She actually has a flashback to when she killed the bank robber. But she says, "It'll take some time for me to believe your story, but I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're making this up." You kind of gotta respect her for that, because his story, or like his theory about what's going on, is just so ridiculous and so outrageous. It's funny though, because the moment Kirito says, "All right, Shinon, let's split up," she's just like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 we can't split up. If you lose to him, then I can't kill you." It was so awesome though when Kirito felt them being watched and he whips out his lightsaber and just like blocks all the bullets. Shinon's face is just so priceless during this moment. And then Leafa says, "Kirito's been acting pretty weird since last night. Best girlfriend award for saving Kirito." When Kirito and Shinon were trying to figure out which gamertag belonged to Death Gun, whether it be Gunner X or Sturban, Shinon points out that Gunner X is like the obvious choice. Sturban doesn't sound like a murderer, but it turns out that the obvious clue wasn't so obvious because Death Gun was actually invisible and just appeared out of nowhere. More so, she even saw Gunner X's gun sticking out, which was actually an AR and not a sniper rifle or pistol like Death Gun uses. Something like that should have been obvious for someone as experienced as Shinon, and this also means that Sturban is Death Gun. Or, at the very least, because Death Gun appeared, you know, out of thin air, Sturban is an accomplice of Death Gun. But either way, it doesn't really make sense why she would decide Gunner X is definitely Death Gun when there's two gamer tags. Like, it's not something that you base like a life or death decision on. Like, we're talking about her real life. If she dies here, like she dies IRL, I don't think I would have been able to make that confident of decision to just disregard the other guy. So as Kirito and Shinon are about to go into the abandoned city, Kirito says, "If I get paralyzed, don't panic, just get into sniping position, because that's what I need you to do." And Shinon says, "I might aim at you," but Kirito just doesn't even take what she has to say seriously. He's basically just like, "LOL, no you won't." And then they split up, and Shinon's mind gets to wandering. She knows, as a skilled fighter player that she is, she knows you need to stay focused in a fight, especially BOB tournament. But she lets her freaking mind wander. That's not like Shinon at all. But she says, "If I kill Death Gun, then he goes back to being my enemy. I'll shoot him, defeat him, and then forget him." Like, Shinon is just so not in touch with her emotions. I know that she's driven by the thought of killing Kirito, but I don't know, she's just super serious and that's all she can think about. But Death Gun is only using her as basically a pawn. He says, "If I kill this woman and Kirito just goes as mad as he did back then, that means that this is the real Kirito." One of the last things that we see is Death Gun holding up a Black Star Type 54 gun. This is the same gun that Shinon used to kill the bank robber when she was little. Coincidence? I'm not really quite sure what this has to do with anything. Maybe Shinon will just, I don't know, become filled with adrenaline and able to take out Death Gun because she refuses to be killed by the same gun that she killed that scumbag bank robber with. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd definitely give this episode a 9. It was just so exciting and action-packed. Also, we got to see the disconnect between Asuna and Kirito growing. We got to see teamwork, but most importantly, we are getting closer to Death Gun's true identity, and I am so fucking stoked to find out who it actually is. This episode was just so good. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments below. What do you think is gonna happen to Shinon? Shinon is literally on the ground about to die. What the fuck's gonna happen? Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more anime reviews and gameplay and fun stuff, and of course go follow me on Twitter. You can find the link down below in the description. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!